Yeah, Shalom Akim, your brother brothers are all from GMS MainCamp. First and foremost, give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, the true teachers in the nation of Israel. Blessings unto the hopeful, elect, sincere brethren around the four winds. It's an article off dailymail.co.uk regarding this, advanced technology, the times that we're in. As the scripture says in Daniel, that knowledge shall be increased, and this is evidence because these devils propagating and trying to push for their new world order, man. Now they're trying to roll it out with the old, basically technology, and in with the new technology, which is what biometrical, enhanced technologies that can be implanted in people's skin. Now they're talking about the actual computer. Technology itself, saying that as the article says, the end of hard drives, groundbreaking service to store vast amounts of data on DNA pellets revealed, and ultimately, through that transhumanism, they want to, incorporate and put masses or hold masses of large data on the populous, masses, domesticated peoples, as their new age slaves, which they can have all the information stored on a rice grain chip. This is the microchip. We're talking about the mark of the beast in the scriptures, man. And this is what these devils are doing, man. As I said, out with the old technology and in with the new. It says can store a terabyte of data equivalent to 40 Blu-rays in a DNA pellet. And notice how they're pushing that DNA, because that's what they ultimately want to do, man. They want to computerize everyone on the planet. As basically have them stored on them little rice grain microchips, like little computers, man, with information stored, where they can control and do as they please, basically, because they want trying to be declare themselves as the most high on earth. Talking about Esau, the so-called white man, who's known as the devil in the Bible. This is, it could be the end of the hard drive, a new era for computing, and this is what this new world order, new age shit technology that they're pushing is all about, man. It's about enhancing technology on a global mass scale. This is a Harvard firm has revealed plans to launch the first commercial DNA storage system next year. See, this is what we're in the time we're in. You already seen the articles brothers are bringing out how they're getting rid of cash points now. So sooner or later, there's not going to be no such thing as withdrawal cash machines where you can withdraw cash FRN notes. They're going to do away with all that. Why? Because they want you to swipe your hand wherever you're going, man, for travel, to buy food from the supermarket stores, to go shopping in general, get into your car, to get access into work, or any private institution or whatever. They want you to have that biometric storage of data in your system, in your hand or in your forehead, known as the microchip. So to move on with society and technology, so to speak. That Internet of Things, IoT. Everything interlinked. So this is that just shows you that we're in the time of the mark of the beast, because this is a next launch, a next upstep, for their technologies starting from next year. This catalog says it will be able to cheaply store a terabyte of data, the equivalent of 40 Blu-rays, in a DNA pellet. So it's boasting. Our vision is to fit the information content of entire data centers in the palm of your hand. See, and ultimately, what's that pushing for? The chip, man. Because that's ultimately what the goal of the the global elites, the 1%, aka the Illuminati, the so-called enlightened ones, is Edomites running around talking about their Esau, running around talking about their white, Europeans. Really, they're biblically known as Edomites, man, spawn of Esau, and this is what they want, man. They want to interface or interlink everything, have entire data centers in the palm of your hand, which is ultimately that microchip technology, man. It says the firm says it has developed a machine that can dramatically cut the cost of DNA storage. So everything's regarding that mark of the beast is all got to do with DNA storage, man. So that's why they're doing all this, man. You know, the different computing technology that they got now, enhanced technologies. Because current technologies are too expensive for widespread use. So, for instance, it says Twist Biosciences can create DNA strands that hold 12 megabytes at a cost of $100,000. It says if kept cool and dry, DNA can reliably last for hundreds of years. This is unlike current hard drives, you know, because they rust, they get old, you know, and they come inadequate, you know, can't be used after a while, you know, they have to be upgraded all the time, you know, and data has to be moved. But you know, into that data, that DNA storage, that shit, you know, basically your whole body structure, and molecules and all that put together is a whole network itself, man. And it stores information, man. Your DNA stores information naturally, you know. So that's what these devils are trying to incorporate in the computing, which ultimately is going to be what they're going to use to, you know, embark and push that microchip system and have that storage in your skin, man. Whether in your right hand, your left hand, or in your forehead, your arse cheek, wherever, man, your right foot, you know. That's what these devils want. So researchers hope that one day vast data centers that currently cover football fields could be replaced with cooling units the size of a fridge. So everything's getting minimal now, getting minimized, you know. But you know, it's significant in its power and structure. It says Catalog's chief science officer Devin Leake told New Scientist his firm had cracked the problem, but wouldn't say how. Because from 2019, the firm says it will offer a terabyte worth of DNA encoded data in a gram-sized pellet. See, and then they're gonna incorporate a rice grain-sized microchip with all kinds of data, DNA encoded data, you know, into the domesticated peoples, you know, the average Joe. You know, that's what this is all about, man. These devils do trials and error. The scripture says they search out a diligent search, man. These devils are slick with it, man. You know, they search out all things. The Lord said that these devils is wiser than Daniel, man. Because these devils actually study, man. They go hard when it comes to that studying, you know, trying to, you know, change shit out. That's why they be splicing genes, doing all kinds of mad experiments, man. That's why Esau is known as the mad scientist, you know, the man of disaster. Because he's always fucking up, you know, natural resources and natural ordinance of things for his wicked gain, man, for his pocket. That's why the Lord's coming to take his ass out of power, man, because he's destroyed everything. He's destroyed the earth and also the minds of the people. It says to access the stored data, the DNA is mixed with water. It says and put into a machine that reads the CatG sequences, translating it back to binary form. It says more significantly compared to other DNA synthesis approaches, it says our cost is 5 orders of magnitude lower, said Leak. So, you know, as I said, man, trial and error, man. You can see how these devils are trying to, you know, as I said, out with the old technology and in with the new. This is what it's about, man. This is how these devils want to declare themselves as gods on the earth, man, which ultimately they're not. The Lord says he's going to show them to be nothing but men. In the book of Ezekiel 28 chapter and other scriptures, Psalms 9 chapter. You ain't nothing but men, man. You ain't gods, man. The Lord didn't make that covenant with you devils. But he made that covenant with the children of Israel, that there'll be kings and priests and ruling in an everlasting kingdom, man. You know. So let's jump to the scriptures 1 or 2 and then close out. So Isaiah 36 and 6, it says, Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed. Which what does that reed represent? The microchip, man. The mark of the beast system that this devil's pushing. A new monetary system, which, you know, he's having all these back and forth with his trade-offs with these different countries now. That's going to fuck up the markets and all that, the economy, you know, in America and all that, with the EU, you know, tariff and trade wars. That's going to, you know, eventually other things going to spark off as well, and it's going to lead to the downfall of the economy, man. And then they're going to come in with this new monetary system, that broken reed, which is going to be the microchip system, man. Cashless society, totally cashless. It says, and Egypt represents America, that place of bondage. It says, whereon if a man lean, it says it will go into his hand. That's significant of how the RFID chip's going to be enforced on the peoples. It says, and pierce it. So it's going to be cut into the skin. You know. It says, so is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. And that's the majority, 2/3 of our people, they trust, you know, Pharaoh. They put their trust in Egypt. That's why the Lord said, woe unto you that put your trust in Egypt, man. You know, because that's going to be to your downfall, man. Because you're going to run to this devil when all hell breaks loose, society collapses, or there's all anarchy in the streets, and you're thinking that this devil is going to save you instead of trusting in your Lord in power, talking to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, not concerned with the other nations, you know. But you're going to fall into the same trap that Esau and the other nations are going to be falling into, and take that RFID chip, which is going to ultimately get you smoked by the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man, by them laser beams and then ultimately the nuclear missiles, man. You know. So, you know, this is why the Lord said to you know, put your trust not in man. Trust not in man, man. Never trust thine enemy, which is the so-called white man, man. But 2/3 of our people, they're out there, man. Yeah, they're lost. They ain't got no faith. They're infidels right now, which means to have no faith. So I read this scripture all the time, but it's, you know, it's prominent to the times we're in. Ezekiel 21:9, and also in the book of 2nd Ezra 16 chapter, the Lord said that those that lean to the to this white man's way of understanding, roughly paraphrasing, they're going to be trampled down, man. You know, I'll probably try and find that scripture before I close out. Ezekiel 21:9, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. What does that sword represent? Destruction, man, death. You know, martial law, the time of Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, when this devil enforces the mark of the beast on the people. You know, and if they don't take it, you know, they're going to be beheaded, tortured, and whatnot. But the men of the Lord, you know, they're faithful unto the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua unto death. They ain't going to partake in that, man. No matter what this devil puts in them in their faces. You know, the guillotine and whatnot. Verse 10 says, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. So should we then make mirth? Yeah, a lot of our people, 2/3, you know, like the Apostle Tahar just did the video, the degenerates, man, that degenerate seed, you know, they're gone, man. They're just lost and mirthed them. So the Lord's going to leave them out there for Esau to tear up. It says, it contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. It says, I'm just going to jump down. I'm not going to stay too long. Where was that verse, man? Particular verse I was looking for, but I can't see it right now. I don't know what I'm saying, it's missing my eyes. Oh, sorry, so verse 11, it says, and ye have given it into to be furbished, it says that it may be handled, and it says this sword is sharpened, which says that's Esau's blessing, the sword. So in a modern day gun, you know, all these different weaponries that he's got, the missiles and all that. It says, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. So who's the slayer? The Esau right now, man. So the Lord's going to let these devils, you know, bring terrors on 2/3 of his own people, which are going off, which the Lord doesn't want on this side, and the other nations, man. And that's ultimately why, because they're going to take that RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, the miracle chip, man. You know, I'm going to get one more scripture and then close out. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, man. So you know, you gotta stay in the faith, man. Don't lean to your own understanding, especially in the time of martial law, man. You know, when it comes down to it, you know, only the elect anyway, the men that are, you know, signing, crying, you know, because knowledge and wisdom is going to be the stability of their times. So they're going to know not to take that chip, no matter what. But 2/3, you know, they're going to be asked out, man, because they don't know any better. And better, because the Lord blinded them from, you know, getting this truth. 2nd Ezra 16 and 17. I think it's 68. Let's see. Ezra 69. 2nd Ezra 16 and 69. It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. Yeah, man. And who's them that consent unto them? Is that you niggas that want to take part of Esau's new monetary system, being an RFID chip system, man. If you take onto it, if you consent onto it, You know, when his devil enforces it, he says, the Lord says you're going to be in derision, man, and in reproach, and trodden underfoot. So you're going to get destroyed, man, grievously, man. And normally the nuclear missiles are going to toast your asses, man. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You know, verse 68 tells you, man, that he's gonna grab certain men and feed them, being idle with things offered unto idols. Talking about that new monetary system, man. Our temptation, basically. So anyone that consents unto this devil puts their trust in Egypt, you know, Pharaoh, which is modern day DJ Trump. And Egypt represents America, the American system. You know, that trap. You're going to be destroyed with it, man. You know. But anyway, I'm going to close out. Give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakadash. To the elect, I say Shalom.